Hello again, ladies and gentle ladies and men as well. Yes, and men and wizards and witches and people and everyone. Welcome. I'm Wynn. I'm playing Wolf Hall Magical Diary. My character's name is Charles Wynn. We're dating Minnie. If you don't know who Minnie is, she is the girl on the front cover of this book. Of this game, like literally right in the middle. She is probably... Is she meant to be the main route, I guess? I don't know. I don't feel like there's any main routes, but if there are main routes, I don't think Barbara would be the main route. But anyway, what should I do this week? We don't need blue magic anymore, so we've got all blue magic that we need. Our stress is 16, so we will sleep. Blue magic. Blue magic is illusions. Let's up our black magic. I feel like I want to look into black magic. Hello, my rosy-faced lovebirds. Please take your seats. Before we go into classwork today, there is something important we need to discuss. What are we about to discuss? May be considered a sensitive subject where you came from. I believe this is about, M, R, and E. Oh no, this is about, keep any naughty business away from those who do not wish to be involved with it, and try not to get distracted from your homework. Know what your parents want, and be sure that your partners do as well. If anyone isn't enthusiastic, whether okay, yep, I got it. For wild seeds, no magic. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Black magic. Oh, we get, oh, that's right, we didn't get the level 5 black magic thing. So what do we learn? We learn inscription. Oh, no. Oh, no, Ellen. What's going on? I can't look at the sentence. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Oh, Ellen. Oh. Oh boy. Damien's been expelled for, like, molesting Ellen and nearly killing her. What? Is she gonna be alright? Mostly, but she was crying all night, and her magic is... It couldn't all be fixed. I told her not to trust Damien, and she never listened. I told her too, and I thought she understood, but then we stopped hanging out so much, and she went back to him anyway. Is this my fault? Anyway, I gotta go tell William. Should you really be telling everyone about this? It might make Ellen feel worse. If everyone keeps quiet when bad things happen, that makes it easier for evil people to get away with it. Yeah, but if everyone talks about him, then that's giving him power too. Whatever. She heads down the hall to knock on William's door. Oh, poor Ellen. She's such a nice girl. She didn't even deserve that. I mean, nobody deserves that. Yeah, I know. Poor Ellen. Ugh. I feel like there's a little bit of everyone in the school is, I'm gonna make this is not what I literally mean, it's what I figuratively mean. But I feel like everyone in the school is dying if you don't go on the route with them. It's basically what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if Barbara ends up becoming non-magical because we didn't go down her route. Anyway, black magic class is a success. Black magic increased by 2, and we get another thing. A spell might be said to go off when someone presses a particular stone or says a certain word. Without knowledge of that spell's key, dozens of adventurers might walk by and never unlock its secrets. Now, if you know that a delay charm has been set in an area, you can... Oh, this is a trigger. Okay, we know what trigger is. Cool. I'm heading back to my room when someone's moving in a hurry banged into me. Oh, Charles. Hello there. Hi. Do you like my new perfume? Isn't it lovely? I'm sure it smells great. Come closer. You can't smell it from there. Oh no, what is this? She holds up a small crystal bottle and presses her finger down onto the golden cap, releasing a cloud of flowery scent into the air. Yeah, that's really nice. Now listen. You don't care about me. Oh my goodness. You don't care about Minnie. You love me. Only me. You're gonna throw her over and stay here with me. What? She wants me to throw Minnie off a cliff? For spring break. Stay here with me. We can be together without limits all week long. She wiggles closer, pressing her slim body against mine. Ugh. Kiss me. I step backwards. Look, I know we had an agreement, but it didn't work? Were you just trying to mind control me or something? Stay with me. Be mine, only mine, or I'll tell everyone that... Oh, she's angry. Stay with me. Be mine, only mine, or I'll tell everyone who you are. Is she really that desperate over me? I'll do it. I'll tell Minnie. I'll tell her you're a liar. Or just choose me. We can have fun together, can't we? Is she really that lonely? Oh no! Oh no, I can't do this to Minnie. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, sorry about my chair creaking. Oh my god. Ooh, this is another screen I can't look at. I mean, the answer should be obvious, right? But like, oh. Ouch. Okay, so let me put words to my thoughts here. So, we've gone through so much with Minnie. Like, we've formed such a close relationship. And, oh, ouch. And it would absolutely break her heart if we go with Pastel. At the same time, if we choose Pastel, like, what have we got to go on? We've got, she's a childhood, we met her once when we were a child. She wasn't a childhood friend. Maybe more than once, I don't know. Oof. But if we go with Pastel, then really the only substance that we have is that we're picking the cheating option. And there, even though this is terrible to say, there is an allure, a mystical, what is it? Fantastical allure to the idea of cheating. Because of the whole, forbidden romance thing, right? That's the whole spin on it. Like, everything I'm gonna say is bad for Pastel here. But I still am, I am still kind of tempted to take it. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Oh man. Oh. I am repulsed by this decision. Not by Pastel or Minnie. But like, what sympathy do we have with Pastel? That she's lonely. And we only guess that she's lonely. Oh no. Ugh. The choice here is absolutely clear as day. Oh my god. What the heck is up with this choice? I also really don't think this is gonna be the true Pastel path. Ooh. Ooh. So, okay, this is reminding me of a trait, of a lifetime aspiration from The Sims. Not lifetime aspiration, this is a lifetime reward, called Above Reproach. It's a terrible thing to name this save, but in The Sims 3, you can take this and basically everyone will just give you a pass in your romantic life. Like, oh, you're married to your husband for like 3 years, and then now you're flirting with this alien that's walked in the streets, huh? Normally you'd become a cheater now, but no. With Above Reproach you would... Ooh. I just realized what we're looking at here. I can't do it. Why is this so conflicting? Oof. Oh no, and you just know that if we choose Pastel, there's going to be a scene where we break it to Minnie. And then she's gonna cry and be heartbroken. Yeah, this is terrible for Pastel. Absolutely terrible. The only thing she has to go... This is going to be an entire episode focused around this one choice at this rate. I'm sorry, but yeah, this like the only thing Pastel has going for her is that she's well, she doesn't really want us, really. She's been with everything that moves. And she's only interested in us because we move and we haven't been with her yet. Oh man, what was I going to say? Yeah, we have nothing going for Pastel. Like, the only other thing she has going for her, well, in lore, I guess, in this situation, is, she's blackmailing us. She's holding the information that, hey, I am secretly a prince from, Ooh. I guess I can see where this is coming from a bit more. But I don't want to be known as a cheater. Minnie. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna roll a dice. No, I'm not gonna roll a dice. It's Minnie. Look. I don't know what you're trying to get out of me, but I'm not doing this anymore. You're not my girlfriend, and I don't want you to be. I'll tell Minnie. If that's really what you want to do, then go ahead, but I'm gonna tell her myself. I should have done it a while ago. I'm tired of lying. And being with you is just weird. Pastel's awkward fake boyfriend game makes me uncomfortable, and it's time I put a stop to it. But you can come with me if you like, to be sure that I go through with it. Yeah! She stomps off and not in the direction of Butterfly Hall. Well, I've already made up my mind whether Pastel carries out her threat or not. I find Minnie and bring her to my room. She should hear this first without an audience. What's going on? There's something I need to tell you. Oh, alright. No, it's nothing horrible. It's not about you or anything you did. It's about me. I understand. You really don't. It's alright. Sometimes relationships don't work out. Your feelings change or you meet someone else. What? No, that's not it. Did Pastel tell you I was interested in her? You're going out with Pastel? No! Please, will you please just listen to me for a minute? Alright. I take a deep breath. Pastel's mother travels a lot and they used to take her daughter with her. They stayed with my family once when they were young. It took her a while, but eventually she recognized me and realized that I was lying to everyone else. So she told me I had to do whatever she said or she'd spread my secrets. It wasn't much at first. She wanted me to serve her pancakes and carry out her shopping with things like that, so I went along with it. But then she wanted me to cancel my plans with you and spend all of spring break with her. And then I realized it was wrong. It was wrong to let someone control me like that, and it was wrong to put myself in a situation where someone could. I let her sway me because I was afraid she would tell you my secrets and that you'd hate me. But if I care about you, then I shouldn't keep secrets like that to begin with. I should tell you the truth and let us work it out. So tell me. I was not born Charles Wynn. I am the heir to a wizarding bloodline founded over 1,000 years ago, with responsibilities and entailed property. Oh, I know that part. You know I'm a prince? Was that why she was joking about it on our date? Trying to get me to admit the truth? Minnie! A prince? I thought you just said you were I thought you just said you were from a noble house like Professor Grabiner. It's a little bit more than that. Wait, what did you mean when you said that you knew? Well, I mean, I knew you weren't just an exchange student, and I guess you're probably from one of those families. It was obvious that the professors weren't treating you like everyone else. You never said anything. You didn't say anything either. I knew there was something odd, but I couldn't figure out why it was being kept a secret. Jacob's family's not a secret. Technically, Jacob's blazing percentage isn't noble, just wealthy and well-connected. You're really a prince? That's the easiest English translation. I'm the heir to the mantle of the woods, tied to the magic of my territory. Once I'm an adult, I can never live anywhere else. We sustain each other, and I will be responsible for the fate of everything and everyone within my domain. I guess that's a pretty big deal. This is my chance to get away from that and be an ordinary teenager for a while. That makes more sense than what I thought the secret might be. What did you think was happening? I thought that maybe you might be here undercover to investigate American compliance with international conventions. Why on earth would she be worrying about something like that? And that maybe Professor Potsdam was favouring you so that you would go back and give the school a good report. Well, she does want to impress my parents, but that's just about trying to make royal connections. And that's why I was hiding my identity. I didn't want false friends attracted by my family's power. I hated suspecting you. I didn't want you to believe you were spying on us all this time and everything was a lie. But I couldn't ask you about it because if you really were that sneaky, you'd never give it away. And the more I got to know you, the better I liked you, and I really didn't want it to be true. So I tried not to think about it. I didn't know I was making you so worried. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me for hiding my background all this time? Of course. After all, I've been hiding my background too. What? Oh, I'm not a princess or anything, but my parents, my mother. These days she's Jeannie Cochran, but when she was a student she was Jean Kent. I'm sorry, should I know that name? No, probably not. It was a long time ago. My mother was a wild seed. When she was a student, she felt it was very unfair that magic is so limited in the world. That so few people are born with magic and that they keep it secret instead of using their powers to help others. She wants to expose magic to the world. She didn't actually do it, but she was an activist, arguing that wizards had a responsibility to aid the wider world. And she was very interested in the Aquarian... Oh, we get a link to the Aquarians! Under the guise of the New Age movement, American wizards and inventors attempted to build machines that could store and manipulate mana electronically. Ooh, is this why electronics are bad with magic? That could store and manipulate mana electronically. This would have enabled people to store magic without magic to cast simple spells by using machines. However, something went badly wrong, causing worldwide magical disruption and leaving an enormous zone of devastation in the other world. Since that time, any attempt to build magical machines is absolutely forbidden. That is exactly why. Wow. I remember in the very first game, there was a scene where Ellen wanted to try and combine technology with magic. And she actually got detention and got heavily scolded for this. And this is why. Because of the Aquarian labs and the Aquarian incident. Oh. So you know about that. It's a pretty important part of wizarding history. Most wizards our age don't know. It's not talked about. The whole subject of magic and technology is a taboo. There was so much potential. Machines with healing spells that could be used by the magic poor to save lives. Except scientists were more interested in weapons than healing. Neither of us were there. Even my mother wasn't there. We don't know everything that happened. In the aftermath of the disaster, there was a crackdown. Many schools purged their wild seeds in a panic. And your mother? Was only saved because my father married her and pledged his name to take responsibility for her actions. They were in love already, but they wouldn't have gotten married so young if they hadn't had to. After that, my mother kept very quiet and tried hard to look respectable, and hoped everyone would look. Oh, wow. That is an wow. I love that story. That's amazing. Well, like you said, it was a long time ago. It doesn't affect anything now. Yes, it does. She's not still an activist, is she? Of course not. She swore vows. She can't be anything other than loyal. But I made sure I knew what sort of world I was growing up in. This is why you're so concerned about what happens to wild seeds, isn't it? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have dropped all that on you. Of course you should have. It matters to you. It's just that I never dared talk about any of this to anyone except Jacob a little bit. Is that the reason you said Jacob was the only person you could trust? She nods. Well, you can trust me now. I hope so. What do you mean? Well, if you really are a spy, then you know enough to destroy everything now. It's too late to hide. Either way, it's a relief. I shake my head. And I thought I was the one who was finally breaking free of my secrets today. Oh, that's right. You're Prince Charming. She giggles, which turns into a laughter that continues until she runs out of breath, and has to pause, hand on her chest, gasping for air. Are you alright? Maybe. She coughs a couple of times, then pats her cheeks as if trying to push her face back into its proper shape. You know, I'm not really sure if Pastel is going to go and tell everyone about me or not. People might be strange once they found out I've been lying. They might be angry, I don't know. Will you still stand by me as president? Of course! Do you mind if I sit down for a minute? Go ahead. Good. She sits on the edge of my bed and then falls over onto her side. Are you alright? I think this day has been a bit much for the both of us. Well, I'll let her rest for now. Black magic class. Ah, that went very well, I like that. I meet my companion outside the theatre, and there's a crowd present. Not just students. Are some of these parents who've come to claim their children for the break? Oh, excuse me. Minnie pays for our tickets, and then we can go inside. I was not at all sure what to expect from an American musical. What I get turns out to be a mix of song, dance, action, and special effects. Do ordinary schools allow students to wave flaming swords like that? Those killer plants look a bit like the ones in the greenhouse, but these are wriggling on their stalks and snapping at the actors. Also, they have eyes. The tone fluctuates between comedy and high drama, as each character struggles with their own flaws and desires. One by one, they give in to temptation, and by the end of it, it appears humanity will be overrun by bloodthirsty vegetation. Despite that, the final song remains upbeat and the audience cheers. We head back out into the dark school hallways. There's too much of a crowd near the theatre itself, so we go a bit further to find a quiet place. Thanks for coming with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. And I'm glad to see you take the time to have fun. Well, it's easy now. We're having a vacation. Do you have something fun planned for spring break? My parents are busy. I'll be with Grabiner. Don't worry though, I'm going to have a good time. Okay. She leans into... Aww. I'll see you soon. She bounces off. I wonder what her parents are like, especially her mother, the former activist. Though I suppose with her past history, she might not want to visit a school like this. Still, it was a long time ago. Surely no one cares about that anymore. Well, no one but Minnie, that is. Minnie worries too much about everything. I hope she has a good holiday. Ah, yes, the holiday. We are staying here for the spring break. The break has ended and everyone is returning to the dorms for the final stretch. 1 month left. I haven't seen Minnie yet. I'm a little reluctant to go to her room looking for her since Pastel might be there. Her threat to expose me must have been a bluff. Nothing's happened as far as I can tell. Still, it would be awkward talking to her now. In any case, Professor Potsdam sent a message that there will be a student council meeting tomorrow afternoon, so I'm sure I'll see her there. At the end of the week, yada yada, let's click done, and enter into March 31st. What classes should I take this week? We have our blue magic all the way up to skyrocket territory. We are going to focus on black magic now. Black magic success. This afternoon, the student council has a meeting. Hello, little earthworms. The final month of the school year lies just ahead, and there is much to do. Every April, we welcome the first storm of the season with a thunder call. When you hear thunder, no matter the time of the day, you must gather all your classmates and proceed to the gym to celebrate. There is no formal ritual to practice. Each student should dance, stomp, and shout as he wishes to encourage nature's strength. Upperclassmen may also demonstrate their skills in advanced red magic by weaving patterns of fire and lightning. However, this can be dangerous in such a chaotic environment. I am relying on you officers to help maintain order. This includes preventing any students with unpredictable or inexperienced control over their skills from making the attempt. Especially the freshmen. There's always next year after all. For the others, yes, but not for me. Keep an eye out for any trouble or injuries and call for aid if you can't heal them yourselves. No, I do have heal, I remember. Don't worry too much. It's very rarely necessary. It's probably for the best that she warns us about safety issues, even if they're unlikely. There is, of course, one other major celebration for all students to complete the school year, the May Day Ball. Every class is expected to contribute to the joy of the community. Your treasurers should organize with your fellow officers to decide what sort of fundraiser you would like to manage. I'll give you a few minutes to discuss the subject. Please come and talk to me if you have any questions. So that sounds like it's mostly Jacob's job, but we're supposed to make suggestions. I turned to my fellow officers. I don't know much about school fundraisers. What sort of things do people usually do? With students, you can ask for donations directly. We don't have much left to spend on allowances on. People generally don't want to give money unless they are getting something in exchange. They're getting a school dance. Everyone's getting that, whether they donate or not. Givers want to feel that they're getting something special. We could make something to sell, but then the cost would come out of our profits. You've got to spend money to make money. You don't have to. If you're clever and creative, you can sell something that didn't cost you money. I don't think people want to pay you to tutor them. I'm not the treasurer anyway. I could sell lessons in dance or etiquette, but only when I have time, and only to other students. If we want a successful fundraiser, we're better off targeting either the public or the parents. They have deeper pockets than a student who can only scrape up $5 a week. That's certainly true. When you say the public, do you mean the locals without magic? Why would they donate to a dance they can't attend? If they're romantic with fond memories of their own high school proms, why not? Anyway, I don't think a straight donation is the way to go. Selling items with a feel-good donation markup is better. I think Charles is right. Parents have more emotional involvement, so they'll be more likely to give. On the other hand, there are only so many parents, and it's easier to reach the public. Is it? We have to arrange permission if we wanted another booth. Parents we can just write to. Well, you're the treasurer, so it's your decision. I think parents are the way to go. I'm just not sure what to sell them. At my old school, they always sold wrapping paper, but people were usually sick of buying it. Parents buy extra photographs of their children, but we aren't allowed cameras here. Well, parents want to hear more from their children, right? We could offer to make everyone send special cards to their parents if they donate. And that shouldn't cost us much for supplies either. That's a good idea. Is it really fair to make promises on behalf of other people? What if someone doesn't want to write a card? They'll do it if the student councils tell them to. We have a few weeks. You have time to get students' permissions before you write to their parents. Alright, I think that's a plan. We talk a little more about the details before Professor Potsdam stands up again. Now, there are a few more things that I need to discuss with the senior officers. For the rest of you, if you need me, come and find me later this week. I suppose that means we're dismissed. We leave the room in a loose group, and I take a few steps to try and catch up with Minnie. Hey, how was your spring break? Oh, it was good, but too short. I can't talk right now. This meeting's already soaked up my free time for the day. I'll catch you later, alright? I thought you promised not to overwork yourself anymore. But it's finals! Right, I'll talk to you later. She plants a swift... Aww. Jacob grins at me, but I lift my chin and smile and say nothing. It's none of his business. It may take extra effort on my part to be sure she sleeps this month, but at least it's only a month. Now, this is well and true love. This is, adorable. Black magic class is a success. Potsdam walks around the room, her position marked by the jingling of her bells. Now, imagine, if you will, that you found a lovely piece of jewelry hidden in a hoard. Or, for those of you who'd never steal, that someone has gifted it to you. Is it actually stealing to take treasure from a dungeon? Before you put on your lovely new acquisition, how can you tell if it is safe? After all, a cursed ring might snap shut and bite your finger clean off. The wise witch always checks for charms. Determining the exact nature of an enchantment laid upon an object requires focus and experience. As freshmen, for the most part, you'll only be able to tell if an object is enchanted, but not how. An enchanted object might be cursed to explode when touched, or blessed to grant protection when carried. Or it might do nothing at all and simply be a container to hold excess magic. But if you detect that the floor in a particular location is charmed, it is probably a trap. Now, can you tell which planks I have set traps on while I've been walking around this room? Try not to get caught. It takes several minutes of paranoia and a lot of hopping to get out of the classroom safely. Cool, we've learned Detect Charm. Ooh. Pastel? After class, Pastel stands up, rolling her shoulders restlessly. Is something caught on my wing? I feel something. Let me see. The butterfly girl turns in place so that Raven can get a better look. There's a paper fish attached to your back. She reaches for it. Raven? There's a paper fish on your back too. Huh? Suspicious. Now I stand up to try and reach the center of my own back. Sure enough, there's a piece of paper there, which comes loose when I tug at it. Another fish. Ah, les poissons d'avril. The April fish? Oh, this is April Fool's. Wow, she got us. I thought at first that this might be an odd American tradition, but everyone else looks confused as well. Just Potsdam being herself, I suppose. Black magic class is a success. Do we all have our notebooks out? I'd like you to look back to earlier in the year. If you recall, when we studied the spell of triggering, I warned you of a possible risk. Do you remember? Pastel? Ah, if there is a trap, then triggering it could be dangerous. I'm glad you were paying attention. The trigger spell only sets off charms that are very close to the caster. If you are close enough to trigger a fire trap, you'll most likely singe your eyebrows. Now, if you have been studying your bloom magic, you should be familiar with magic that alters location. Professor, I don't mean to interrupt, but I happen to be a master at freshman level blue magic. When we combine this blue magic aspect with the trigger spell, we have evocation at a distance. The televoke spell will trigger charms in a chosen known location while you stand at a safe distance. Of course, if you are far enough away to avoid negative effects, you may also miss out on positive ones. Still, better to test safely first. Cool, we can invoke things at a distance. Black magic class is a success. Oh, hello. Hi, Charles. A hand slips in around my arm and I turn to see Minnie by my side. Have you been taking those potions again? Does coffee count as a potion? Yes. I need the fuel, and it's easier for me to keep moving if I stay excited about everything. I am sleeping at night, really. But right now it's really But right now is really important, you know? This is the time when people who haven't thought about it all year suddenly start to care. Finals! I have to succeed! Someone help me! And so that's my cue to step in and save the day. It's the professor's job to teach and the student's job to learn. It shouldn't all be on you. I told you, I need people to rely on me. She follows me into my room. It's my chance to make myself indispensable. What? It means absolutely necessary. Someone that they can't do without. I need people to trust me so that they'll follow me when I lead. Because she wants to be elected into a political position, where she can push for changes in the law. You've got your whole life to change the world. You don't have to burn yourself out as fast as possible. But I do! Because every year that things don't change, bad things happen to wild seeds. You mean getting expelled and losing their magic? That's part of it. Every year we lose people from our community and we lose them forever. No second chances. But sometimes it's worse than that. What do you mean? There was a student here last year, or so I've heard of. I think she was a snake. Her name was Musette. She was a wild seed and she had a problem. Her heart was bad and needed the machine to keep it beating. There are machines for hearts? Minnie nods. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know the details, but they put a machine inside you and check it regularly. And that was a problem for a girl going away to a magic school where electronics aren't allowed, so they didn't let her attend. She made her choice to be a witch, so the experts worked careful spells to fix her machine and keep it running, which meant she knew for a fact that magic and electronic devices could be made to work together, and so she decided to experiment, and that of course was forbidden. Maybe she thought that her special circumstance would make a difference and the professors would understand. She was wrong. She was caught, her memory and magic were wiped away, and she was cast out. No exceptions. And then all those expert wizards who had kept her heart machine running simply forgot about her. She wasn't a witch anymore, so she wasn't worth thinking about. No one followed up to be sure she was alright. Musette's heart failed. Not from malice, but from sheer carelessness. I'm sorry, I shouldn't yell. It's not your fault. It's not most people's fault, it's just a thing that happened. My mother told me. She'd heard a rumor about Musette's school treatment and was curious to find out what happened to her. But she was too late. And Musette died. Minnie nods. Every year that goes by, every year that we can't protect them, these things happen. And I'm the only one who can do anything about it. My whole life I've been waiting until I could make a difference. That's a lot of pressure. I have some similar feelings. I've been raised since birth knowing that I'd have to take on the mantle someday. Not anytime soon, but my parents are always pushing me to develop my potential and be ready for my responsibilities. Still, they let me have this year for myself. Maybe you should ask your parents to relax a bit. My parents? Aren't they the ones pushing you? Of course not! No one is making me do anything. This was all my decision. I'm sorry, I just thought that since your mother was the activist. She's not allowed to have any schemes. They made her promise. Right. I don't know what vows Madame Cochrane swore, but she has clearly found a way to pass on some of her ideas to her daughter regardless. I want her to be proud of me. I want to change the world the way she couldn't. That's why I have to do it on my own. And I can't make any mistakes. I sigh. I think you should probably talk to your mother. What for? She might have some useful advice. You work yourself too hard. You need support. Don't you think she'd be proud of you already for all that you've done? But I haven't done anything yet. Of course you have. You've started a study club, you've made yourself president, and you've done lots of things. Most importantly, you've learned how to work with others. Like me. Right. If you want the world to change, you need allies. You need support. You shouldn't be trying to do this all alone. Someday I'll inherit this responsibility for my homeland. I'm the only one who can. But I'm going to have friends and advisors and contacts to lean on. Help others, but let others help you. It's too dangerous. I can't trust anyone. You can trust me, and you can trust Jacob. And surely you can trust your family. It's a start. You sound like you think that's easy. No, I sound like you're doing good at things that are hard. She smiles. What would I do without you? Be miserable? This time she laughs as she pokes me in the side. Go on, I know you've got work to do. I mean, I'd rather keep you here longer, but I'm afraid you complain. What would you do if I stayed? Tried to kiss you long enough to make you late for your next appointment? Oh. She looks at me, looks at the bed and blushes. Maybe another day? Oh, really? I have to go. She darts away giggling. That girl. Oh my, we're at 40 minutes? Alright, well, we'll continue the rest of this week, to be honest. We're still leveling up our black magic. Ooh. I received something this time. It's a consent form asking for my permission for Jacobs to contact my parents for the May Day Ball fundraiser. Ooh, how would that work? Will Professor Potsdam forward the information herself, or will this require Jacob finding out my true identity? If I agree, of course, I'll be required to write a special letter to my parents in exchange for a donation to the school. Ooh, yeah, this is tricky. But honestly, I feel like I should let him know. He'll have to ask Potsdam for the contact details anyway. I'm sure she'll handle things appropriately. What should I do today? Go study, of course! Minnie Cochran is assisting students in the school library. Help others study. I help others with their blue magic. I'm not learning anything new, but covering old material helps me remember the details. Cool. At the end of the week... Oh, that was it? Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And we have successfully resisted temptation. Oh, but maybe we'll see what the other timeline has to offer for us, won't we? Maybe after we finish this one. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Take care.